Hello guys, it's Rick here, and it's been a while. I know. Um, I went a whole week without uploading. I was in university. It was the first week of the second semester, and I don't really want to record the videos on my laptop because the quality, the camera, and stuff like that is not the best. So I'm gonna try to make all the recaps today. It's currently Sunday. I'm gonna try to make all of the recaps today from the three games I've played so far, and let's go. So, as you can see, this is a very important match here. I'm playing against a 1700 Abdel. I'm not gonna pronounce the whole name because I can't, but Abdel, and yeah, I knew this guy from a third division match that we played. I didn't play against him, but he played the board next to me. And yeah, I knew that he was a strong player. So yeah, I opened with e4, my main opening, and e5. So a funny story. Actually, a friend of mine, also a teammate from my team, shout out Cardapitio. He showed me his profile. He said like there's two guys on chess.com with his name. Maybe if you want to check him out and stuff. And I was like, nice spy, nice spy, nice spionage or whatever, nice stalk. And so like I was expecting him to go for this variation, and this is so spicy. This There's so many moves here and variations that are so fun to play, and yeah, I mean, this is completely winning for white and stuff like that. There's a lot to see here. There's g6 and queen f3. um there's moves like knight here, then you play knight d2 to stop knight d4, and then you try to make something like this happen, and it's very fun. It's a very fun variation, but he didn't go for it. He went for knight f6, which is considered the main line of this bishop's opening, the more solid variation. And I was a bit sad that he went for this, but yeah, I still know what to do, I think, and it's a game. So d3 and bishop c5, and here probably a move like knight f3, even h3 to stop knight g4. Like, you can play this in a lot of ways. Probably you can even play bishop e3. Honestly, you can play a lot of ways, but I like to play it a little more provocative and aggressive. Not the best move at all, and it's f4. So, this is the type of move that I had a slight advantage, and now after this move, black is better. But I mean, there's a lot of complication here. It's not as easy as it sounds. Just because the computer says that black is better here, you still have to know how to play the position. And there's a lot of things going on. And my opponent played d6. Makes sense, right? To come to g4. And here I just play knight f3. And my opponent played the aggressive knight g4, which is definitely not the best move. Not even the top three best moves, but it's very spicy. It's very spicy. Of course, you guys see what is threatening here, and yeah, honestly, I wasn't expecting this. To be completely frank, I was expecting a more normal knight g4, which I would have gone knight a4, and here stuff continues. There's a lot of variations here, but also castle is completely fine as well. I would go f5 here, and we would have an equal game, but with a lot of to play for. And so he went for the most aggressive knight g4 here, and I have to say I was a little bit unprepared already, and it's kind of sad because when you play this type of moves like f4 and that are so spicy, you have to be prepared. But I didn't really know the move here. There's some moves, but I ended up playing queen e2. I have to show you guys what's the best move and a crazy variation that uh, that is in my notes. The variation is in my notes, so in my preparation, but I didn't remember this line. And the line is very, very, very pretty. Is knight g5 here, the best move. He goes knight f2. It's one of the moves, it's a blunder, but knowing why it's a blunder, it is the good part. So you go queen h5 here, you threaten mate, so he plays g6, and you go with a bishop here, and there's a lot of moves, but of course knight, like, this runs into d5, queen d7, e6, so it doesn't really work. But if he goes for d7 here, you have e6 check with the bishop, and then e8 is the best square, right? And now you have h6. And funny thing here is that if you takes, and tries to attack the knight here, you have knight d5, and this is overwhelming. But of course, he didn't go for this, so let's not talk about this. I didn't go for this, so I went for the queen e2, which is still fine. I, of course, allow him to do this, and here I should have gone king f1. I should have gone king f1, but I went king d1. And yeah, you'll see later on why this is a bad move. So here he goes back with the bishop, which is not the most critical. Definitely the most critical would be knight d4 here, where I would be forced to do this, and then he could play like this. And now, I have to play rook f1. There's always plans of knight h2 with then bishop g5 to follow, which is very scary. But thankfully for me, he played bishop c4, which is passive. I went rook f1. And an important note here is that probably like h3 here is not good at all, because he just forks me. And now he wins a rook for nothing, so I have to go rook f1, which is the best move. And now he goes knight d4, I trade. And here, like, this is the most critical moment of the game, which I'm very, very proud of for me, especially because, of course, the first instinct here is to go knight a4, right? But knight a4 is a blunder, and it's very, very pretty tactic that he has here, which I saw in the game, thankfully. I took my time here. I probably spent like 25 minutes to 30 minutes on this move. I didn't play knight a4. I'm just showing you that after knight h2 is attacking my rook. And for example, if I decide to attack the knight, he has bishop g4 and protected by the knight, pinning the queen to the king, and that's why earlier on I should have gone king f1, not king d1. So that's a very pretty tactic. Also, the same way, if I go queen h5 here, threatening mate in 1, he has bishop g4 check, and he wins my queen, so it's tough, right? So moving this knight is not good at all. So my knight is hanging, and I'm losing, right? But no, there's moves here, and I found the second best move, which after a lot of thought I played f5. So I leave my knight hanging, but I'm also threatening this knight. So in a normal case, it would probably be dc3, queen g4. Now I'm attacking this pawn, so you probably need to protect it somehow, like this. And here I can just probably just continue, normal game like bc3, bishop takes c3, and here I don't even know, I can just play rook b1, I guess, and I'm fine. My king I can't castle, but I mean my king is perfectly safe on d1 right now, and yeah, I just have some initiative. My pieces are way more active than his, so nice. but here he went for knight h2, which is definitely a blunder and puts me completely winning. And I saw this. I saw that he couldn't do this because I have queen h5, which is very beautiful. I am attacking this pawn on f7. I'm threatening mate in 1, and he doesn't have time to take my rook. Because if he takes my rook, it's mate in 1. So here he castled here, which is definitely not the best move, but it's the most natural move. But after he castles, I took his knight. He took my knight. I played rook h1 to threaten mate again. So like, even though I'm down in material, one pawn, I'm I am so active and I'm just threatening stuff after stuff. So my moves are very forcing. Here he played h6, which is also not the best move, but it's very difficult to defend here. And I mean, he's completely collapsing. And yeah, it's tough. So here I thought for a while, like I knew that I was completely winning, but I had to I had to see the finishing blow. And after a while, I played a move that I'm very proud of, bishop h6. Um, and yeah, I had to make sure that I was mating somehow, and yeah, it's very nice because yeah, I mean, after if he takes, you can obviously see that it's gonna be mate soon. So the critical move that I was calculating here was b takes c3, c takes b2 actually, c takes b2, sorry. And here there were a lot of moves actually, but either bishop g7 wins because I'm attacking the pawn here and he can't really take. And I played the move that I saw. I actually didn't see bishop g7, but I saw one that was pretty, which was bishop c1. And if he takes like this, it's not check, so I just mate in 1. And if he takes my bishop, I just take the rook calmly, and I'm down a piece, but there's no way to stop mate. So yeah, that's what ended up happening in the game. Here he resigned, and I mean, I'm very proud of this game. It was a very attacking game, especially if we go back some moves here, leaving the knight hanging like this and playing f5. Very cold-hearted move, very nice that I saw all these variations. And yeah, even though I didn't play the best move, which was knight g5 after knight g4, I still managed to play a really nice game. I defended for a while. I just sidestepped with my king, and then I went on to the attack, and it was very beautiful. I love this game. I actually gained a lot of points by this game. I think I won around 30 points, so very nice. And yeah, my opponent, shout out to Abdel. We were talking with you, with one. We were talking in the end of the match. It was super cool, dude. We went on to grab some beer, and yeah, pretty chill guy. Even after the loss, very kind guy, very cool guy, and yeah. Hopefully I can play him again in the future. We also ended up playing some Blitz on chess.com, and it's nice. It's nice. These things about the chess competition and stuff like that, you end up meeting very cool people, and you end up creating these friendships, and it's very nice. It's very nice. And yeah, this was the second game of the tournament, Hotel Moliceiro, that I am participating in. And after this round, I was 2 wins, 2 games, 2 wins, and I was in second place for my tournament, which it's very nice. I started in the 10th position and being second already, going into the third game. It's fantastic, and let's see how I kept going in the next matches. So 2 wins in a row right now after this match, and yeah, let's see if I can keep going and keep the momentum up. I already played 2 games that I'm gonna record after this one, and I can tell you guys that the next one, it's crazy good, and the other one after that is even more crazy. So stay tuned, guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching, guys.